It seems like there's a subscription for everything these days. So today we are going to be talking about gaming subscriptions. Are they helpful or are they hurtful? Here today on Two Geeks and a Microphone.
Hello there. So who talks first? You talk first. I talk first.
Good morning, everybody. Hello, it is Mr. Stephen Boster here with you guys with the one, the only Mr. Michael Shanks. Mike, say hey to everybody.
Good morning to all you geeks out there in Geekdom Land.
And then we also have with us a recurring guest, which has been great. We've got Tyler. I don't even know your last name, so I'm just going to say Tyler. That way no one hunts him down and tries to find him where he's living in Washington. I'm just kidding. I know you're not in Washington.
He's like, when did I move to Washington?
Right. It's just a misdirect. Tyler, great to have you with us. Thanks so much for joining us again.
Glad to be here.
Right on. Well, so Mike, what in the world are we talking about today?
Well, today we're going to be talking about gaming subscriptions and whether it is killing the industry or not. This will be just kind of a coffee table round table discussion. Something we haven't really done in a while. We haven't done just a plain out discussion. Usually we're doing reviews of comic books or movies or whatever. Hey, there's Contagious Punk.
For those that may not know, that is Tyler's wife.
Yes.
On Twitch.
And she is a video gamer herself. So this whole topic affects both her and Tyler quite a bit, actually. So, but before we jump into the main topic, I do have a Geekdar. So let's jump into that. If I can find my Geekdar intro. There we go.
Control with the radar, sir.
What's wrong with it?
I've lost the bleeps, I've lost the sweeps, and I've lost the creeps.
The what? The what? And the what?
You know, the bleeps, the sweeps, and the creeps.
That's not all he's lost.
So this week, I have been geeking out a little bit on sharks because it is Shark Week on Discovery.
Is it Shark Week?
Yes. Well, Shark Week started this past Sunday. The best week of the year. So I've been geeking out on all kinds of cool shark episodes and stuff during Shark Week. Although I am a little disappointed because they have discontinued my favorite shark show, and that would be Air Jaws. They are no longer doing Air Jaws, which is Air Jaws is the best thing on Shark Week, because that's when they go out to Seal Island and they watch the great whites breach the surface of the water and attack the seals, and which my wife hates, but I love. Oh, those poor seals. Well, it's it's survival of the fittest, and well, the sharks are the fittest, so and the seals aren't so fit. So
next time she eats a hamburger, go, oh, that poor cow.
Right, yeah, sure. Or pork, that poor pig. Yeah.
Bacon. I love me some bacon.
I do too. But so yeah, Shark Week's been pretty good. I've enjoyed it. But I started watching another show. Actually, Brendan and I both started watching another show that I think I've fallen in love with. It's called Resident Alien. Resident Alien.
Yeah, with Alan Tudyk.
Yeah, with Alan Tudyk. Oh my gosh, he's perfect for that role too. He's so good as the alien. I love it. So yeah, we've watched I think 4 or 5 episodes of the first season.
Okay.
And there's 2 seasons so far. I think it is returning for a 3rd season. So
where's it streaming at?
Netflix and I want to say Paramount, I think.
I want to say it was on Paramount, I thought. No, Peacock.
Peacock. That's right. Yeah. So Netflix and Peacock, because I've been watching on Netflix. Stop it.
Luna.
Yeah, so Peacock, I remember when it was on Peacock, that's when the first season came out, and the second season, and it just recently released on Netflix. And
Yes.
so you can watch it on Netflix now.
Yeah. She found it and started watching it, and she had no idea what it was. And I was like, oh, wait a minute, isn't this Resident Alien or something like that? Because I had heard about it, but I hadn't seen it yet. And we started watching it.
Season 3 is on Peacock right now, I believe.
Oh, is it really? Good. Good deal.
I'm going to double check here in a second.
Good deal. Well, I think it's a really good show. If you like Alan Tudyk, definitely check out this show because he's amazing in it. He's amazing in almost.
Oh, he's really good.
He's in. So
I started watching it. I watched the first season a long time ago when it first came out. The second season hadn't come out, and it was still going through it, and it was fun. I mean, I watched it because it was Alan Tudyk. I mean, I loved him from Serenity, Firefly,
right, Rogue One as doing the voice of the robot. So yep.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Well, I like his whole demeanor and exchange between the little boy, because the little boy is the only one in town that can see him for what he is.
Yeah,
he actually sees the alien, side of him. He doesn't. Everyone else sees the human side of him, and this kid actually sees him for an alien. And so the kid's like trying to tell everybody he's really an alien. He's here to kill us and all this stuff. So, he's threatening to, expose him as an alien. So he's trying to kill the kid.
Yeah.
And the two of them are so funny. They're great. Like he removes the brakes from the kid's bicycle.
I need to watch more TV.
Oh, this show's great, man. You should check it out. It's so funny. But he removes, and he's the town doctor too. He ends up becoming the town doctor. So when the kid has an accident on the bicycle because he removed the brakes, the father, who's the mayor, by the way, and he calls him Mayor Snowflake, which is great. The mayor brings the kid in to see the doctor, and of course the kid and the doctor are going back and forth, and he's like, I know who you are. And he's like, yeah, well, you shouldn't have survived that accident.
And we may have to look into it. I think I've never had a Netflix subscription.
Really?
Never done Netflix.
Well, I hope you're not doing Redbox because they're gone.
No, never done any of that. We've only done like Disney.
Yeah, well, we have Disney.
Things
We have
like that.
Disney. Steven just canceled his Disney because he didn't like the Acolyte. So
Oh,
Yeah.
I didn't like the Acolyte either.
Yeah. I
was terrible.
killed my not only Disney, but also Hulu. Because that's all one company, the same company. It's
Right.
ABC, Disney, under, yeah, and all that. So I said, no, that's I gotta vote because I didn't like what they did with the series, and that's my opinion. Anybody else, if you loved it, more power to you. I'm happy for you. It was I think for me it was like the last straw on Star Wars under Disney's umbrella. Kind of.
Yeah, I didn't
Anyway.
like it, and I got other Star Wars that I can watch. So
Correct. It's yeah.
and we got Star Wars coming up in the future because we got some comic books we're going to go over. So there's always that.
Yeah, hopefully they won't ruin those.
Well, one I know they won't because one's Timothy Zahn. So unless they go away from Timothy Zahn's story, they can't ruin that one. The other one is Jango Fett. I haven't read it yet, and I'm hoping they don't ruin Jango because I love Jango. He's one of my favorites. So we'll see what happens.
Right on.
Anyway, that's what I got for Geekdar. Steven, you got anything?
We watched we upped we renewed our subscription to HBO Max, or I guess just Max. And I keep saying Cinemax with my wife. But Kelly and I watched Blue Beetle the other night, and it actually was a fun movie.
Really? Okay.
It was not bad at all. I'd give it a
I
good
haven't
solid 8 out of 10. It was fun. It was just enjoyable. Your basic superhero kind of thing, origin story kind of a thing, but I think it did a nice job on the Hispanic culture stuff. It was very reverent where the location was, the emphasis. It does the concept of family better than Fast and Furious, because it's all about family, kind of thing in Fast and Furious. But which those are fun movies to watch. But it was really good. It was the one kid from Cobra Kai. You'd recognize.
Oh yeah. Right,
Miguel from Cobra Kai. Yeah,
Miguel.
isn't it?
Which Cobra Kai is coming back too, very
I
soon.
saw the trailer. Right.
I'm excited. I like Cobra
Yes.
Kai also.
Didn't it do like one season or something like that before?
Cobra Kai?
Maybe not.
No, Cobra Kai's had 3 seasons.
It's on their 6th season.
Oh, is it 6?
So we're both way wrong. Steven knows.
I've watched them. I just don't remember how many there were.
Yeah.
We've watched all of them. Is it 6? Wow.
The one coming out is 6. Yeah.
Nice.
Here, let's double check. How many seasons of Cobra Kai?
I enjoyed Cobra Kai.
There are 5, and the 5th season, 20. Yep. And the 6th and final season set to stream December.
Yeah, I knew the next one was the final. I just couldn't remember how many it was.
Yeah. Yeah, but I think it actually comes out this summer. I don't think it's December. I think it. Anyway, I'm excited about it.
Well, and then there's a new Karate Kid movie coming out with Jackie Chan and with Ralph Macchio, and I'm eager to find out how they're doing that. That's going to be interesting.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know if it ties in with the Cobra Kai stuff. I don't know how they're doing this.
Is it going to tie in with the Will Smith Sons one, or is it going to be the?
I have no idea.
Or is it the?
I have no idea.
The lore.
He was in the Will Smith movie, whatever. Yeah,
Whatever.
he was in that movie too.
Yeah.
The Karate Kid remake that nobody liked.
Never know. I liked it sometimes, but I like the old ones better.
Yeah. So. All right. Well, that's all I got for Geekdar. I guess we're done with Geekdar.
Sounds good.
All right. Let's move on to the main event.
It's time for the main event.
Stop it.
Okay, I'll stop. I promise.
Sorry. Dog. I took her for hush. Anyway.
It's all good. Let's get to our topic. Let's do this. I'm excited because I want to hear what Tyler has to say about this whole topic, because I have subscriptions. I have tons of subscriptions. And I also realized when we were going to do this topic, I have a PlayStation Plus subscription kind of a thing.
Oh,
so
nope. They've went up in price. Everything's going up in price.
Now, do you have do you use that subscription, or did you just realize that you still had it?
Oh no, I've had PlayStation Plus since the very beginning.
But I mean, are you currently using it? Because I wonder how many of these people sign up for and then they forget they have.
No.
The gaming industry has made it to where you have to have an online subscription to do anything other than play a disc game. So if there's an update, a download, and you can't even play some of the Call of Duty games online without a subscription.
Correct.
Now wait a minute. What about Steam though? Because Steam just had a sale, and you could get all of the Batman Arkham series for really super cheap. I mean, you don't have to have a subscription to Steam, do you?
No. No, Xbox and PlayStation and Nintendo Switch are pretty much, you have to have a yearly subscription per device. Now, luckily, they've done it to where you don't have to have one subscription per console. You can have a family plan. So if you have like we have 3 Nintendo Switches, they're all connected to the same family plan. But still, you have to have a subscription.
Right. Oh, jeez.
Everything's subscription based now.
Yeah, any online gaming, like in other words, if you're playing an MMO or just a shooter where where you're with other players, or to play with any friends online, you have to have a subscription.
And they got rid of the LAN party stuff. So like even if your friend, like a bunch of your friends are in the house together, you can't play together.
Oh, really?
I didn't realize that.
A lot of them have gotten rid of the LAN. Call of Duty has it, and a few other ones still have it, but most of the time it is all online, even if it's in the same house.
That sucks, man. That's horrible.
And their subscriptions start only around $50 a year.
You know, it seems to me like there's some money to be made again in the land thing. Somebody should go against all this.
Well, I mean, well, everybody does go against, but see, it's not even just the subscriptions that are killing everyone. It's the microtransactions inside of the games.
Yeah.
Right. You gotta buy. Right.
It's pay to win. So, but some games are doing it good. Some games are doing it bad. Like Grand Theft Auto, I think, does it really well. You can buy what they call shark cards, and it's giving you money in their online version. So instead of you having to go do this bank mission where you rob a bank 70 or 80 times, you can just pay your real $50 of real money and go get the money that you would have got from that and go buy a business. So it's just for people who don't have a lot of time to play, it advances them in the game a little bit.
So you remember years and years ago, you and I used to play Smurfs. I know this sounds really silly.
It's that same thing.
Right. So Smurfs, we would have to do all these little activities to gain, certain things within the game and everything. But Smurfs did have the option. Well, you could pay and get this many coins or whatever and, and go forward.
Them microtransactions, I believe, are not bad because for people who work a 40-hour, 80 hours a week or whatever, and only have like 2 hours to play. Do you want to grind for a month to do what you can just take your hard-earned money and do? What I think the microtransactions are horrible is like Call of Duty does. If you pay the extra money, you get the unlocked gun that is overpowered for a while, and then when a lot of people get that gun from doing the grinding, they nerf it. They change the stats in it and make a different one more powerful. So people go and buy that one. But then the people try to grind to get to that one.
Oh, wait. So you upgrade the gun and then you personally can sell the gun?
No. So what it is in the game, you have to, let's say you have to get 1,000 kills with this one gun to unlock this new gun. And then you have to get it like a 500 kills or whatever with that gun to completely rank it up. That may take you, depending on how much you play, 2, 3, 4, 5 days. Or you can pay $5 and just unlock the gun right away. But when they notice that a majority of the people unlock that gun, whether it was through purchasing it or through grinding it, they change it to a different gun. You do it, and then everybody does it again. So you spend $5 over here.
Oh,
so if you don't buy that gun, you're at a disadvantage if you don't have a lot of time to grind it. Until they flip every week. It's a different gun. So you either have to pay the money to keep up with what they call the meta, or you're just behind. You can't do nothing about it. You just struggle.
Whoa.
Call of Duty.
No, that's even worse. That's even worse than the streaming industry as a whole. Because we're having to pay for all of our streaming services now. We have to pay for Netflix. We have to pay for Disney. We have to pay for Paramount Plus. Blah 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 blah. But at least you pay for those things, and then you get to watch whatever movies you want. You don't have to continue going in there and paying for more. So that's even worse than
there is a
movie industry.
Like, I've gotten to the point where I don't chase what they call the meta weapons. I just use what I like. My wife does the same thing, and we may be outgunned in a lot of the games, but if you're a better shot, and you'll still win them. But that's what a lot of people have to do is chase. You either have to pay for it or grind it, and it changes so much. I stopped playing the game.
Wow.
I just stopped playing. It was too much. Just if you missed a day or two, couldn't catch back up till the next.
And you're talking about Call of Duty, right?
Call of Duty. Yeah,
you were a big fan of Call of Duty.
Yeah, my wife still plays Call of Duty. Like Fortnite doesn't do that. Fortnite is all about cosmetics. It doesn't matter.
Yeah, you're buying costumes and characters.
Yeah, I think them microtransactions are fine. But when it is pay to win, that's when you start. Like if you unlock a weapon that no one else can do unless you buy it, but it's the best weapon in the game. That's not right. But that's what the industry is doing. But it was a $133 billion industry with microtransactions.
Wow.
So they're not going to stop it. I think that's what it said when I read the article.
Holy cow.
They're not going to stop it if people, if people continue to pay for it. That's
true. Yeah.
Sorry, I got a mouthy dog again.
It's all right. I think my dog heard it from my earphones.
Last year, EA alone, which is the sports game,
okay,
made $3 billion in microtransactions.
Holy crap!
Dang.
The total microtransactions in 2023 was $73.27 billion.
Wow!
Just from people buying the Smurf berry, buying the cosmetic for the car, buying that kind of stuff. And I remember when I started playing games, it was on the disc. If there was a flaw or there was a bug in the game, it was there forever.
Right. Yeah, exactly.
And I'm okay with updates coming down to improve the game, but these online games that are constantly balancing things to make you chase something is where I think they're killing the microtransactions.
So now PlayStation and what's the other big one?
Xbox.
PlayStation, Xbox. They no longer have physical media at all.
No, you can still buy games.
Can you?
But what's the point, really?
Well, yeah. I mean, okay. So that's another thing. Okay, I remember, like, again, I've never really, I haven't really been into the gaming scene since the original PlayStation. I called that PlayStation 1 last week. I don't know, because I think PlayStation 1's actually a different system than that altogether. But that original PlayStation,
we'll call it PlayStation 1.
Right. With Demolition Derby. Demolition Derby was one of my favorite.
That was a
games.
fun one.
I love that. Mortal Kombat, I think, was on that. A lot of cool games back then. But I remember, a game would come out, and it was almost like a movie premiere or something.
Yeah. People stand on line till midnight.
Right. Yeah. For specific games and stuff. And they'd even dress up in costumes.
I used to do that,
It was a huge event. And now that's all gone away.
What has aggravated me about so I have a disc variant of the console, so I can still buy disc games. What aggravates me is if I put the disc in and I install the game, there's a 100 gig or a 50 gig update the day I put it in, the day it was released.
Wow.
And then this is my most aggravating part. You install all of it. Nothing is original from the disc, but you have to have the disc in to play the game still. Like you can't just go, you don't have to like slide it. I wish they would change it where you could slide the disc in like once a month to show you still own the game, and then you can play it. So you're constantly changing. So I just stopped buying physical games. I started downloading them all.
Yep.
Well, yeah. What's the point of what's the point of buying a physical one when you're going to have to immediately go and load updates?
The thing is, Tyler's right, because I agree with you on the day one patch. Always. It became where just all of a sudden it was a day one patch. And I'm like, well, I bought this. I can't get it. I can't get it until the day it releases. And then now I can't play it. So you have to wait however long your download speed is and however big the patch is. And they're huge. They weren't too bad in the beginning.
Yeah, they're
just steadily worse.
Gig now. Like the last day one patch I downloaded was like 60 gigs.
Yeah.
I can understand if you've bought a game, they've rushed it to get it out, and there's like some small bug in it somewhere that, hey, we wanted to get this out to you, so here it is, but here's a quick fix, blah blah blah. But when you're talking hours of
Well,
downloading.
it even gets worse than that, because imagine 10 million people. The game releases at midnight.
Yeah.
Everyone starts downloading at midnight, and you have 10 million people trying to download the game at the same time.
Yeah, you just crash the servers.
Well,
Luckily, they do now pre-releases.
That's
so
correct.
It'll download it first. It just won't unlock until.
Yeah. So you'll download up to 4 days in advance.
Okay.
And then sometimes there's a day one patch. Sometimes there's just kind of depends on which version you downloaded at the time, kind of a thing. And you can still play that day.
Right.
Yeah. No, that's a good point. I forgot
If you don't have good internet, good luck.
Yep.
Good luck. Because I have gig internet, and sometimes you're looking for like an hour or two download. It's like you get home ready to play the game, and you might as well go do something else for a while.
Yep.
You know,
then you get in and they go, "Would you like a subscription?"
Yes.
You know, back when Steven and I were kids, we just went to the store and we bought our Atari 2600 cartridges, brought them home, popped them into the Atari 2600, and played them.
Yeah, that's not the world anymore.
Yeah.
And now what's really going to happen, I think a lot of people are going to realize later, is like these game passes where they have these games on there that they can play. They don't own them games.
Correct.
You don't own them. So let's say you're playing through a Batman game, and you were one of the last few people who wanted to play it, and then you make it halfway through and they decide not to cover it anymore, and it's just dropped. You can't finish it. You can't play it. It's gone.
Well,
because game pass, you don't own them. You have
that's
to
true with movies too.
That version. It's the same thing with movies. Yeah.
Because now anytime you purchase a movie, if they decide that they deem that it's offensive or something bad about it or whatnot, they can just rip it from you, and you're just out that money, which is ridiculous.
Sony had a huge problem with this. A licensing deal fell through, and like half their library disappeared.
Wow. Dang.
It was movies, it wasn't games, but still, think about like if they just decide. So that's where physical games are good, but the cost of a gigabyte of data right now is 1 penny. So you're talking 60 cents worth of storage. For a digital game. Sometimes the digital games are cheaper. But like I said, then you go into like an EA game. It's like, would you like to sign up for NFL this so you get all the new updates? And it's just like, no, I don't want it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but then when they release it, but when they release it purposely. So, get all the new updates because we messed up. Anthem was the first game that I experienced that was terrible day one. I mean, it was horrible. I was very excited for this game. I thought, it looks great and everything. And then once it came out, I was like, this is not quite what they showed when they, when they were doing it. And I had gotten it and I bought the full. I mean, I was like, I'm gonna go all out. I want to play this game. This looks like it's a lot of fun. And then day one, it was horrible. I mean, they released it knowing it was bad. Still, all the things that they had promised. It happens all the time now.
And you know how there's like now there's things that are like season passes. So you have to pay every time they classify season, whether it's monthly, 3 months, whatever, just to be able to unlock all the new stuff in the game.
Mm-hmm.
They are microtransactioning people to death. $5, $10, $20 to death.
Yeah.
And they get you the same thing.
Yeah.
All done it.
And I know it sounds silly, but that's the reason I stopped playing the Smurfs, because you got to a point in that game to where if you didn't purchase certain things, you just could not go any further in the game. And I got frustrated with it because I'm like, I'm not paying for this game,
Right.
But speaking of Smurfs, something good is Smurf juice.
Right on. Everybody, I want to encourage you to check out our glitchenergy.com. And so it's our cool energy drinks that we have now that are pretty tasty. Now, in all fairness, it was Tyler who got us turned on to that. But we got ours, Two Geeks. Now, ours only gives you 10% off right now. sometimes they do better deals. Like Father's Day, they did a huge deal.
Yeah,
It's
that
like-
was awesome. 40 or
It was,
yeah,
it was like
40% off.
40% off.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's
So
great.
they do all kinds of deals. So, but anyway, with that being said, glitchenergy.com, they've got all kinds of different flavors. One of Mike's favorites is Smurf juice.
And some of the percentages off are stackable.
What?
Very few. But like, let's say you do the 40% off on the Father's Day thing. If you still put in your code, you still get credit for that sale.
Nice. Very
Oh,
nice.
wait. What'd you say? Oh, a reference. If people use your reference link, you get credit for it no matter what
The
code. they
reference link.
use.
Okay.
Okay.
Yep.
So we got to make sure and tell that too, Steve.
Yeah, the reference.
Go to our website, twogeeksmike.com, and right there's the reference link right there on top.
Please use that. Go save yourself some money on it, and then give us some credit for it. We'd appreciate
Their affiliate sponsorship. Anyway, continuing on with playing the Smurf game, and then it was costing a lot of money.
Well, yeah, I was just saying that it was getting to the point where I just couldn't go any further. You know, I got so far in the game. I think Tyler and I both
did too.
did the same thing. And we were just like, we're quit. We're done. We're not playing this anymore. Because neither one of us wanted to pay money for it. You know,
Yeah, I mean,
it was
you're
just
right.
one silly
hitting
thing
me
to
with-
play.
You're hitting me with ads, so I have to watch an ad. You have the banners that pop up, so you're getting ad revenue from all of that. And then I get to a point where, hey, you need to unlock this building, but you can only unlock this building if you give us money.
Right.
And you just your advancement just stopped. I think them are malicious microtransactions.
Yes.
I agree.
And that I mean, I understand businesses have to make money, and I understand that things have to. That's the only way things are developed. But we're going too far on how much microtransactions. Stuff that we used to get for free, or for like a download for $20, and you would get basically an entire like a quarter or 50% more of a game. You're getting 1 month worth of access to stuff. And if you don't pay it, it's gone. It's kind of like World of Warcraft. You don't pay your subscription, it's gone.
Wow.
Right.
Dang.
And then it's just do we not own anything anymore?
It's getting to that point.
It is.
And I don't like not owning things.
One of our mutual friends has a massive where he only wants physical discs.
Oh, yeah, I know exactly who you're talking
He only wants physical discs because he wants to be able to, if they take it off the server, he can own it.
He knows who we're talking about too. I guarantee it.
Sometimes he wants 2 of the physical discs, but nevertheless.
Yes. Sometimes I think he's crazy for wanting to, but
Yeah.
hey,
It's kind of like
that's
buying
just
2
me.
comics, I guess.
Yeah, I know. I've been there. Well, it was 3 comics. It was 1 to rock, 1 to stock, and 1 to sell.
And how many of them 3 do you still own?
Well, there's a bunch of them that I'm missing altogether, and then I didn't sell anything.
My dad said he found his entire collection of Conan the Barbarian when he was reading comic books when he was younger.
Nice.
Now those comics might be worth some bucks, actually.
They're his, so we'll see.
I
Yeah,
have a buyer.
well, sure, you got to have a buyer, but when you're talking old comics, you
they're
know,
from like the 70s, 60s, 70s.
yeah, see, those might actually be worth value. Anything in the 80s and 90s, yeah, they're pretty much not. I mean, there's some that gain value, but not much. Not much.
Limited editions aren't as limited edition anymore. And we made 40 million of these. Okay.
Right.
Right. But no, have you seen the TikTok people go around? How many subscriptions? Have you seen the apps that tell you how many subscriptions you have and how many people are realizing they're paying for like 2 and 3 Netflixes and stuff like that?
Whoa, that's weird.
Mhm. Now, how truthful are them? I don't know, but I don't. I want to get rid of all my subscriptions or most of them if I can, because they're coming up to car payments at some point for some people.
Mm-hmm.
And the
Yeah.
microtransactions are the same way. I mean, if you spend $20 a month to play this game, that if you don't play it, you're still spending $20. I mean, it's getting a little much. And then you have to pay it to play it, or you're not competitive in the game.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah. Yeah. A lot of my games that I play are primarily they're single player adventures kind of a thing is what I do. I don't do a whole lot of I got burned on online gaming because I was one of those that I just could not play enough to be as good as the people who were playing in the fields, if that makes sense. So if I'm out playing, they can't I just can't compete. And it was really frustrating. And all. So some subscriptions though don't have a way or button to unsubscribe. They want you to forget about it. That is true.
Yep.
They do not make it easy to unsubscribe.
And I think that's true whether it's video games, whether it's movies, books, not to say anything bad about what's our other affiliate? Audible. Yeah, not to say anything about bad about Audible, but things like that though. They do that. They make it to where it's almost impossible to go and unsubscribe to something.
Yeah. Audible makes it easy because I have paused my membership for a while very easily. And the other thing is when you pause it, you still have access to all the ones that you've used your credits for.
See, they're doing it smart. Smart
they
way.
do have an Audible Plus catalog. So if you have an Audible membership, you can get access to a whole bunch of these other audiobooks that don't cost anything. But if you pause your membership, you do not get access to those, even if you've already stated, I want those. So that's they do a little bit of both, which is fine. It's just, I paused it. And
I wasn't trying to badmouth Audible.
No,
I think they do it better though.
Right.
Oh yeah, that's a good example of where they do subscriptions, and then you have the one like I found out that I was getting a subscription to Amazon Kids and had no idea about it.
Oh wow!
I bought something and it just I guess I didn't uncheck the box. And never notified me, and I'm like, why does this keep coming out on the bank account? And when we found that, but then. If you don't keep that subscription, that tablet for the kids you bought work.
I did something like that when I bought tickets to, I think it was a UFL game. I bought Battlehawk tickets to a game, and I got charged some kind of extra insurance that I had no clue that I got charged for, and I had accidentally selected yes when I'm going through all the crap that you have to go through, So it's the same kind of thing, you have to answer all these questions. And if you're not paying close enough attention, you may be signing up for something that you do not want whatsoever, So, I mean, that's not even just the whole gaming industry. That's any online purchasing period that you got to be careful with.
Well, and Tammy just said something in the chat that's
oh yeah,
you're buying these one before that. You're buying these like Hulu or Netflix. You're paying for their subscription, and then now you have ads, and you have to pay for the upgraded version to get rid of the ads that weren't there before.
When we did Max, we signed up for the $10 a month one. And it was with ads, and they show you ads at the beginning, but it was going to be $17, $18 just for the no ads version. I'm like, what?
My question is what do they have to pay for? Why can't the service be free with ads?
Right.
I mean, that's where I consider that a microtransaction of people being like, you have to, we just watch stuff with ads.
Mm-hmm.
And I think it's because the TVs. How many people even have cable anymore?
Right.
I mean, we used to, but we got rid of it because we decided we weren't watching it. Kept internet, of course, but
yeah. We do subscriptions now. Like I will keep Max probably for a month or two, and then I'll cancel it again. And then I wait because I hadn't had Max for easily 6 to 8 months. And it's nice because then I'm like, oh, I haven't seen this and I haven't seen this. Okay, now it is. But there were several months I was like, nah, I'm not interested. There's nothing there. So I didn't even watch it that month. I'm like, I'm canceling it, kind of a thing.
And now I'm noticing that they're even charging per episode in some subscription services.
Oh, really?
You
I
pay
hadn't
for-
seen that.
You pay for this like YouTube. There's a YouTube one that I see that if you get on there, it's like $10 a month or whatever, and then it's like $2 now instead of $14.
Well, why in the heck am I paying a monthly fee if I have to turn around and pay? That's crap.
It's their premium content. It's kind of like the plus with ads. It's like get rid of the ads.
And see, the whole idea was I'm going to subscribe to this so I don't have to watch ads. This is exactly what happened to cable years ago.
It did.
Everyone subscribed to cable because they wanted cable because you're paying a monthly fee, and the monthly fee is so you didn't have to watch ads. Well, then all of a sudden they started, we're going to add ads to like the TV stuff, but not to the movies, And then it got to the point where they started adding the ads to the movies, So this is just turning into cable all over again. It's exactly the same thing cable was, and we all bitched and moaned about cable.
They are very,
yes, they are money hungry. Yes.
But people are paying it, so we'll continue. So,
well, we're in a society of we're just in a society of subscriptions right now. There's nothing. I mean, right now there's nothing. I mean, you can't even buy software anymore. You subscribe.
Right.
Right.
Well, yeah. Tyler and I were talking about this before you came on, Steven. Years ago, I used to have Photoshop. And then Photoshop I think about 10 years ago, Photoshop went from you can no longer buy the software to you have to subscribe to their service instead. And you can either pay a monthly fee or a yearly fee and everything. And it's like, but I don't want to do that. I don't want to pay you every month or, so on and so forth.
Because if I use it 2 times a year, why should I pay? But they don't like to do month to month. They don't like to do like, I need it this month. You hit the button, you pay your money.
From a business standpoint, it's called monthly recurring revenue, MRR. And I like it because I make more money that way. Yes.
Right. I mean, it makes sense.
In the business realm, the other one, by the way, Adobe's in trouble right now with the department because of their subscription service. They don't make it easy to unsubscribe.
Right.
And
yes, that's a problem.
They're in trouble. Yeah. They but Intuit, so the folks who have Quicken and QuickBooks and all that used to, you could buy QuickBooks, you could buy a version for your computer for your business and you're good. But now they've gone totally to a 100% transcription. Or excuse me, let me rephrase that. They went totally to hey, use QuickBooks Online. And now they've announced that they're no longer supporting their desktop apps. There's one more they're doing, but they're trying to get everybody to go to QuickBooks Online.
Yep. See, that sucks.
It is.
And this is what Tyler's wife had to say. And what's sad is people who would buy a subscription or buying transactions on games instead of eating food or putting that in your gas tank. Yep, that's
people
unfortunately true.
We know people who do that.
Wow. That's called addiction right there.
But
that's what that is.
That's what the microtransactions create when you're trying to be competitive in something and you're trying to get your passion and you have to microtransaction yourself to be there.
Right. And I'm sure she sees that quite a bit, being the fact that she's a streamer and everything, those, dang, that sucks.
I mean, it's just some wild stuff going on, and I don't think we're coming out of it anytime soon.
So I have a question. All right. We've named several of the downfalls, the bad things about subscription services for games. Can we name anything good? Is there anything good that comes out of this?
Yeah, like I said about Grand Theft Auto. So Grand Theft Auto the businesses are millions of dollars, and you do missions that make a couple $100,000. You either grind that mission for a week, but if you don't have a lot of time, like you said, you work 2 jobs or whatever, and you want to sit down and relax, you can spend your $20 or whatever money, and get that same enjoyment of buying that business with your money. It doesn't advance you in the game in any way. It just allows you more missions because you bought a business or something like that in their online version.
Gotcha.
I mean, it is Or like the Smurfs game, you technically could have went through if you the same concept. You don't have hours to sit there. You have, $20 that you want to play, but you want to play this game. This is your relaxation. You can do it that way too. So I mean, it's kind of an in and out of what is your job time worth more money, or is your video, or do you enjoy grinding the game? You know what I'm saying? It's kind of what do you want? But the pay to win is the ones that bother me.
Oh, I totally agree with that.
I will see this.
I think that's.
Go ahead.
I was just saying. I think that's wrong. I'm sorry, Steven. I didn't mean to walk.
No, that's okay. No, it's all right. No, it's okay. I would say that for my PlayStation Plus, I enjoy it. I pay for it every year. There's a caveat to it, kind of a negative though, because if I let it go, I lose everything from the beginning of stuff that I have added to my library, and I have tons of games, tons. Those that I got through the membership. I will say this, but I really like it in the aspect that I can try something to see if I like it, kind of a thing, and I just have to learn to be patient. Like brand new games, like I love Ghost of Tsushima, and I paid for the game and bought it and got the extra. Well, now it's on Plus, so if I had just been patient, it probably would have popped on Plus. Plus, yeah. The Gotham Knights game, which I paid for, which is another kind of a bummer that I paid the full version for, and it didn't.
You can get on Steam for like $2 a game now.
Yeah, and it's also on Plus, PlayStation Plus, kind of a thing. So if I just learn to be patient, or say I'm only going to get games through the subscription service, then from a monetary standpoint, it's not too bad. I mean, granted, I'm paying. I think they upped it to like it's $160 a year now.
Oh, you've got the really good one then. I have the basic one.
Yeah, I got the
I get like 2 games free every month. I don't get any free games.
Yeah, some of the games are good, some are okay, kind of a thing, but it's still better than nothing, I guess, kind of a thing. I mean, there's a cost ratio analysis and stuff to it.
Yeah,
agree.
Yeah, go ahead. Sorry.
So, no. Contagious Punk says it's nice that I can try new games on Game Pass, or, whatnot. And correct. It's nice that you can try them out and see how they are. Now Game Pass though, they're more expensive, if I remember right, because it's like $200 a year.
Now, which system is Game Pass?
Xbox
and PC. They're both.
And PC. It is both.
Yeah, you can play them on both. So we use Game Pass for her, and there's a cheaper version than that 200. I don't know what it is, but but it's just if you don't subscribe, you lose everything.
Yeah.
So, I mean, you're stuck with that subscription forever.
Let me
quote
ask you
from
this.
Sandlot.
Yep.
So it used to be when it was PlayStation versus Xbox, you could not play games cross-platform. So now with the subscription-based stuff, can you play games cross-platform now?
Some.
So
a couple big games are forcing the envelope. Fortnite,
yep.
Fortnite, Call of Duty.
Okay.
And the thing is, everybody's screaming cross-platform. They want to play with their friends no matter what platform they're on. And they are, I think that's going to change the industry. The industry is going to go into that. We're going to have to, because it's making people, the cross-platform games get so many more plays than the ones that aren't.
Right. Yeah.
So,
I know companies want you. Well, before it was, we want you. We're only going to put our game on this system because we want you to buy our game, so on and so forth. But you're in a total different world now, and you guys created this world, so now you got to live in the mess you created. You know what I'm saying?
So I've noticed the older games are not cross-platform. Like Grand Theft Auto, I can't play with our mutual friend. He plays on PC, I play on PlayStation. We can't play together. But the new one that's coming out next year, supposedly we can, because they've heard they want to do that. Call of Duty, that their player pool, instead of having, they said it saved them money. Instead of having 2 different sets of servers, PlayStation servers, PC servers, and Xbox servers are all together. One set of servers now.
Right.
Save money.
Wow.
But then there's games like Elder Scrolls Online is only console based, or whichever platform you're on.
Now, before we went live, you were talking about some things that Fortnite does that you actually approved of, that you like. So, what are some of those things that Fortnite does correct that, let's say, Call of Duty doesn't?
They're only cosmetics.
Only cosmetics.
There is no, like, you may be a turtle. I want to be a Ninja Turtle, so I pay the money to be a Ninja Turtle. But if you don't, and you're the basic person, the guns still work the same. The aiming still works the same. All the battle mechanics are the same. It's just you're not running across the map as a banana, or you don't have a special car or something like that. They are.
Or I want to be Raphael, or I want
like
to be.
that.
What was that, Megan?
Darth Vader.
Or Darth
Yeah,
Vader.
they have a Darth Vader one. Yeah, I mean, they have some weapon skins, but it doesn't affect the weapons at all. It's just the way it looks.
They amaze me at the fact that they seem to get every IP out there. You know,
they're winning with their microtransactions for that reason, because it's not a pay to win; it's a pay to look cool.
Well, before, you could never see a Star Wars character outside of a ILM approved game. You know,
they have John Wick. They have all kinds.
Oh
of
yeah.
stuff.
I mean, it shocked the crap out of me when all of a sudden you're seeing Darth Vader, Boba Fett, Luke Skywalker in Fortnite. I was like, what are they doing that? I can only imagine the money they paid to get that. But then again, they're also making money hand over fist by being able to put that character's likeness into their game too.
It's on every platform. PlayStation can play versus Nintendo Switch, versus Xbox, versus PC. They did every platform, not just PlayStation.
See, they were smart.
They did everything, and it's a free game.
Oh, really? I didn't realize that.
Fortnite is free. They make their money through them cosmetics, and the cosmetics are amazing. What they did, it makes you want to buy the cosmetics.
Yeah, I've seen my nephews play it. It's a pretty neat looking game.
Yeah, it was just if they ever come out with buy this rifle to be better, they're done.
Wow. So you gain the rifles, you gain the weapons and stuff by playing. You don't have to purchase them.
The more you play, the more you can open up different things and that kind of thing, or you can purchase them, but they don't give you a battlefield advantage is the whole point.
Yeah, there's no battlefield advantage at all. And the weapons aren't something that you set up. You have to find them on the ground. So anyone can pick up that weapon.
Wow.
So in Call of Duty, you have what's called loadouts. So you customize your weapon. You customize everything about it. But if you pay to unlock things a little faster every once, you're going to be better until what they call nerf it. So what they may do is...
You said that earlier. What is nerfing it mean?
Nerfing is like, so this rifle may do, let's say, do 110 damage. And then, they go, well, the developers go, it's too overpowered. So we're going to drop it to 80 damage. So when you work to get that powerful rifle that everyone that paid for it is already using, once you get there, normally by the time I get there, I get about 1 or 2 days to use it, and then it's gone. Then they slowly drop it to 80, and then, this new rifle over here is the one that everybody needs to be using. So they steer, or they make it to where a shotgun at point blank don't even kill you.
That's ridiculous.
They are forcing people to follow what style of gunplay. So like some days SMGs will be better, some days rifles will be better, some days sniper rifles will be better. It just depends on whatever the developers want to do, and they call it balancing. So that all the weapons are balanced. But they're not.
I call it a ripoff.
I call it. I don't play that anymore.
Yeah, I can see why.
But Fortnite did it great. All the weapons are on the ground. You pick them up. You can upgrade your scopes and stuff like that, but everyone can upgrade their scopes the same way.
Yeah.
So how's Fallout?
Fallout was a heavy microtransaction based 76 online. That's the only one that's online. And it was microtransaction after microtransaction after microtransaction. And my wife liked it. We didn't do the microtransactions, but I didn't play it.
I like what Contagious Punk says. I play what I want. They don't tell me what to use. Yes.
Right, but she technically is at a disadvantage. Like if she likes this particular sniper rifle, and when she started using it, it would do 100 damage to the head, which is a one shot would down you. Now it does
Right.
60 damage to the head, and someone else is using a different one that they just changed that you had to unlock the, that kind of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I just,
See, when you purchase a weapon, it should do the same thing.
They change them so much. They change them so constantly that it's all you're doing is chasing the metas.
But I think the important thing to remember is Contagious Punk. I just get them before they get me. I love
Yep.
it.
No, it's the microtransactions. People are spending hundreds and hundreds of dollars on games.
Wow.
That's all digital. It's
All
not
digital.
like
Don't own anything.
there's no production costs. There's no overhead. I mean, it's just like, man, yeah.
Well, I mean, you can't say there's no production cost. I mean, it costs to create that stuff. Tyler and I know that. We're sort of in that industry in a way.
It does cost, but
it doesn't cost what they're charging. We'll put it that way.
Mm-hmm.
no. The thing is the cosmetic. Oh, you got botted. The cosmetics. The cosmetics are okay. I have no problems with paying for the cosmetics. If I want to be John Wick, I have no problem with that.
Sure.
My problem is when I can buy something to make me better than you. That's
Yes.
what, other than skill based, that bothers me a lot.
Yes, agreed.
And and now they're going to, like even the video subscriptions, pay to take the ads away. That's why I have a subscription service. That kind of stuff. They've got to slow that down.
Agreed. All right. Well, we're coming up on the hour. Any other last moments about? I guess everybody realizes we are not fans of subscription services to a certain degree.
It depends on the service.
It depends on the service. Yes.
Well, and
Yes.
Steven and I pay subscription fees to all kinds of stuff for the podcast too. So
That's true too.
But that's a production subscription service. That isn't a. It's. I think them are okay. Something that one of the subscription ones. I wish they would go to this. Is like I'm playing a mobile game and a little bird flies across my screen, and a little pop up says, "Hey, would you like to watch an ad to get a free 1,000 coins?" I'm like, "No," and it flies away. It comes back 20 minutes later or whatever. Instead of this forced video you have to watch
Mhm.
just to keep playing the game. But they're getting money off of that. You're not getting any monetary gain off of the ad that they're forcing you to watch.
Right.
Mhm.
right. Yeah.
I mean, there's a bunch of stuff they could do better.
Well,
Yeah.
apparently Contagious Punk wants to sing I Feel Pretty, oh so pretty.
On Fortnite. That's funny.
Right. I thought that was good. I like that. Your wife's had some great comments for this. This has been fun.
It's very special.
Nice. Oh,
Right on.
well, I think you're right. I think the subscription based services is really hurting the gaming industry, and I think they need to do something to change things. But again, if they're making the kind of money that
$1 billion, they're not
right, they're not going to change anything. That's the problem. Somebody needs to rise up and figure out something that will rival this industry. That's what it's going to take. It's going to take somebody to rise up and create something new that's going to rival this model, and that's the only way it'll break.
Well, they're also
Yeah.
talking about slow. There was one company that talked about slowing their microtransactions, but the games would be $100 instead of $60.
Yeah.
the rate
Now it
price of
becomes a
the game.
requirement. Yeah. Yeah.
So it's kind of a No microtransactions, but the game's $120.
Yeah, it's only until people stop, or and that may be an economy thing too, where are people paying as much for games as they used to? I'm not, but I'm also older.
But on the other hand, if
I
you're
don't have as much time.
but on the other hand, if you're forking out all this money for subscriptions, are you actually paying any less? I mean, you may think you're paying less until, like Tyler said, you start looking at all your subscriptions and go, oh crap, I'm paying the amount of a car payment here, or heck, a house payment.
Yeah. I mean, just think about it. If you had 10 subscriptions at $20 a piece, it's $200.
Yep,
Mhm.
$200, right? Yep.
And I'm pretty sure most of us have. I think they said the average American has 12 subscriptions.
Yeah, I'm probably there.
Ooh.
Right.
Mhm.
So there's 12 subscriptions. And
Mine's not video games. It's all movies and television and music. Yeah, you're right. Music.
If it's $10 a piece at 12 subscriptions, that's $120 a month.
And it's funny you brought up the whole thing you brought up with music. So I no longer purchase music anymore. Because I subscribe to iTunes. So a new album comes out, as long as it's on iTunes, I automatically get it. I don't have to go purchase. Now, there are two bands that I still buy physical media from, and that would be Kiss and Stryper.
I was going to say them too, exactly.
Right. And Kiss really hasn't put anything out in years, so I don't have to worry about them.
Mhm.
And they just retired, so I don't know when they're going to put out anything new. Stryper, on the other hand, has got new stuff coming out all the time, though. But I don't mind supporting them. I'm fine with that. I'm thrilled to support them. But again, it's the same type of thing I was talking about. I remember when a band would come out with a new album, it was an event for a fan. You went to the record store the day the album came out. You made sure you got it on that day, and you're listening to it in your car immediately, and and you're getting together with your friends and enjoying the music together and stuff. And now all that's gone. That doesn't exist anymore.
I wanted to take my son to like a game release, like for his Pokemon game or something like that. That is what he wanted. We did that like every other weekend. We bought way too many games, but they don't have them anymore. You even asked like GameStop, are you gonna do the midnight release for this? No.
I know. I remember when we used to do that. We'd do the midnight hang out and do those and stuff.
Like a big block party in front of the store kind of thing.
Right.
They used to hand out like free energy drinks and all kinds. Nope, gone. That's gone.
Yeah.
I miss the game releases bad.
Yeah, I miss game releases.
But I'm also getting old and I like my sleep.
Agreed.
I understand that too. It's just like, it wasn't video games for me. It was concert tickets. We'd go to the mall at midnight and sit out all night long for concert tickets. And I don't remember the concert. There was a particular concert that we were going to go get tickets to, and they told us you can no longer sit out all night. Now, granted, that's because some people were causing problems, so on and so forth and stuff. But then they limited you to you have to come a few hours before, just before the tickets go on sale. Then you can show up. And now you just buy them online. There's no going and standing in line, which, okay, it has its advantages because, I don't have to go out and sit out all night and so on and so forth. But then again, at times I enjoyed doing that, like just like you with the video game releases, you enjoyed it.
It's kind of like, I wish that, you can do it on Black Friday now, but not really anymore. Now you can get the Black Friday stuff 2 weeks in advance, a week in advance. So you don't have to wait in line for Black Friday deals. You can just go to the store, pick it up and put it in layaway or whatever and buy it then. You're done.
Right. I don't like this world we're living in.
The decline of our society of being degenerates, standing out at midnight when we should be going to sleep and going to work the next day. Yep, got it.
No, people just stay up all night at home now. They just don't go out. That's
Like Steven was saying, now I can download my games 4 days in advance before the game's released, and then I just wake up and it's already downloaded, got all the updates downloaded, and I just click play and play it at midnight.
right.
So
Oh,
I would love to take my son to a midnight release of a game he's excited to play. Then he could play, but he'll be asleep. We all fought to sleep and stuff like that.
yep. All right. Well, I don't know what happened to Steven. He disappeared.
He went bye.
So, so he leaves me with all this other stuff now. So yeah, I think we're wrapping this up. I think the main gist is we would like to see change within the subscription industry, whether it be games, whether it be music, whether it be entertainment in general. Something else needs to come along that's better.
Much more better.
Much more better. There, we hadn't even got that in. Cheers. All right.
I mean, as long subscriptions, as long as it isn't pay to win and cosmetic, I mean, it doesn't really matter. Like people can enjoy it that way. Pay to win ones are bad.
Yeah. All right. Well, I guess with that said, I'm looking for my outro here. Since Steven disappeared and he blew off into the never land, I don't know where he went to. Make sure and check out Two Geeks and a Microphone. Check out our webpage. Also check out our Facebook page. Go give us a big thumbs up and a like over on our Facebook page, and give us a thumbs up and a like on YouTube. If you're watching us here on YouTube, make sure you hit the little bell and give that a tickle. Ring that bell. That way it lets you know every time we go live. And speaking of live, we go live every Saturday morning at 9 a.m. Central Standard Time. Messed it up. And since Steven's not here, I guess I'm completely closing this thing out. I don't have a tagline for this one at all. You got a good video game tagline for me, Tyler? Nothing.
Nothing.
Come on, you're my video game guy.
Could have gave me 30 seconds notice, maybe, but not now.
All right. With that said, over and out. May the force be with you, and we'll see you next week.
Thank you for joining us today on the Two Geeks and a Microphone podcast. Tune in next week when we will have more news and reviews. Until then,
May the force be with you.